Hey everyone, Chef Alex Cardinale here. You know, it's fair season, and fair has some delicious foods. A couple weeks ago here on Saturday Live, I gave you my funnel cake recipe. Well, tonight we're going to do my favorite fair food, and we're going to make some fried Oreos. So let me go over the ingredients. Obviously, the star of our recipe today is going to be a sleeve or two of Oreos, depending on how much pancake batter we have. So we've got our Oreos, and then we've got some boxed pancake mix. And what I added to it was a tablespoon of sugar to sweeten it up, some vanilla extract, and whatever amount of water it calls for. And I'm going to use a pasta scoop to scoop the Oreos and put them into the oil. So that's our ingredients. So Oreos, pancake mix, water, sugar, and vanilla. And finally, over here on the stove, we have our, once I get this camera going, let's see. Over here, right here, we have our oil, which I'm going to turn on and let that preheat. So we're going to let our canola oil preheat. And then right here, we have a cooling rack with some parchment paper. And we're going to put the Oreos on there once they're done cooking. So let's let this oil heat up for a few minutes, and then we'll make our fried Oreos. Alright, so our oil is nice and hot, so let's go ahead and start dipping these Oreos in. If I can open this thing. There we go. So let's get some Oreos into our batter. We'll start with 4, so we don't overcrowd our pan. Alright, so there's 4. And now we're going to take our little spatula here and make sure that it gets coated with enough batter. Alright. We take away some of the excess. And now we're going to put this into the hot oil. There we go. There's 1. And now we're going to do the same for the next. Turn it up just a little bit so it doesn't become soggy. Alright, and now we just let the excess slide off. And we'll put that in there. Perfect. And we let this slide off again. There we go. And we're going to do this until we get all the Oreos done, or until all the batter is gone. So let these cook for about 2 minutes per side, or until they're golden brown. I could fit a few more in here. So we'll put a few more Oreos in there. If any Oreos break, discard them or eat them, because you can't do a broken Oreo. Fried Oreos at home is really simple. So if you don't have the money to go to a fair or don't want to go to a fair, you can make fried Oreos at home. Alright. And now we'll put this last one in, and then we'll flip. Alright, so what I have here is called the spider. It's used for when you're making fried foods. So that allows me to flip the food over. Perfect. They look good so far. The next batch will be even better. So while they're going to finish cooking, I'm going to get the powdered sugar ready. Alright. And this is actually my first time making fried Oreos. So hopefully they'll turn out good. But I think they will. And now we can hear the oil starting to get hot. Alright. Let me get the powdered sugar. Now we're going to flip the other ones we put in there. Perfect. Some of them I should have waited till the oil was a little bit more warm. That's okay though. So if you're making these at home, just wait till your oil is nice and hot. Or hotter than mine was. But I'm going to make another batch anyway, so I'll be able to show those better. And once they're golden brown, you can take them off and let the oil strain and put them right through the cooling rack. And that parchment paper is going to catch any of that excess oil that falls off. Okay. This one didn't come out good enough for me. Okay. So the first try they look alright, but I'm sure the next ones I make will be a lot better looking. Now that my oil is nice and hot. So I'll make some more. You can put the powdered sugar on. You don't have to put it on right away. You can wait a few minutes. We'll let them cool down first. And now we're going to make some more. These ones should come out perfect. There we go. It smells good in here. There's 4 more, and then we'll get our second batch ready. Alright, so I'm going to let these cook and then I'll show you what they look like. So here are the finished products. These ones came out a lot better when I hand breaded them and hand dredged them in the pancake batter. These look really good, and these are the ones that we made on camera. They don't look that bad, but these ones are definitely a lot better. But anyway, that's how you make homemade fried Oreos. I hope you give this recipe a try.